Good evening, folks, and welcome to something new for CSGB Racing. Is our second tier tonight, F2, and they will be doing their feature race. Alongside me is the people that have sort of put this league together with me. I've got CSGB Ben and CSGB Fefster. How are you both, guys?
Hello.
Oh, good. Good. I literally thought I was on my own then. So that or the place
for Felix to talk.
Well, I should have teed you up really to take a turn, but yeah, you're both good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Good. Now that the PlayStation Network or whatever it is has sorted itself out. So unfortunately, tonight you wouldn't have got to see the sprint race for F1 due to either PlayStation Network or F1 servers giving us a bit of grief. But we are going to be able to go ahead with the F2 feature race. Fingers and absolutely everything else crossed.
Toes?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay, good.
If you can. So, so tonight, a bit different. You've got three of us on the commentary. You've got myself and Ben, and we've got our own little Ted Kravitz in Felix.
Hello.
Should be good. So, first race of the season, Bahrain. We've seen from the start of the feature race and the sprint race for F1 that it can be a little bit hectic, to say the least. Who are we fancying for a result tonight? Who do we think is going to take the top step?
I think you've got to look at the people at the top of the qualifying times for this group. So I think it's Dovey in the Williams. I think JW
Bowers
and
as well. Bowers was quite high up. Obviously, Bowers, who does our commentary for us on the F1 races. Yeah, great effort, and it was really, really good. And yeah, unfortunately, not able to go ahead with tonight. Felix, anyone that you're watching out for?
I'm putting my money on the FNR guy, A. Osbo.
Ustbø.
Okay.
I'm going to give it Ustbø.
So I would say possibly someone to look out for me. Rizanovsky showed quite well in the qualifying times.
Mm-hmm.
Puts a lot of practice in with his teammate Pelderargas and also Romsey, who drives the Alfa Romeo in F1. It'll be interesting to see also how Pelderargas gets on. Obviously, he was with us last season as well. But we've got quite a few new drivers in, names that you won't have seen. Well, you wouldn't have seen them at all because we never streamed season 1. So everyone watching, everyone is new. Everyone is new. Qualifying's about to start. Obviously, there will be no threat of wet weather at Bahrain, you'd like to think, but you can never tell with this game. Who knows? We could have a soaking wet race.
That would be a surprise.
What are we looking for in the qualifying time? Last night we saw some absolutely incredible times. I believe it was a 1:24.8 in the end that took pole position from Kazakhs.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything quite that quick. Otherwise, we have really got our placement wrong.
Well, that or someone's got a really good setup, unlike mine last night. So I think we could see mid 25, mid to low, maybe.
I think
if someone gets it bang on.
If anything's into the 25s, I think they'll be happy. But you've also got to look out for. I mean, I was expecting last night a few more on the mediums in quali. Certainly as their quickest time, but no one stuck with the mediums. Everyone eventually went to the softs.
No, so let's get the.
Everyone yesterday actually put their fastest time on the medium or the softs.
Well, that's the thing. Once 4 or 5 dictate it, and you're sort of falling further down the order on mediums, there's no real point sticking with it. You don't want to get stuck in the traffic on them.
Okay, so we've got a few drivers on their outlaps whilst I remember how to do the controls for flicking between different cars and not their camera angle. One thing to look out for is invalidations here seem to be common on qualifying laps. We had quite a few penalties in the F1 race last night.
Yeah, I'd say the sort of exit of 13 onto the long straights.
Yeah, definitely that. And also turn 2, if you try and cut that curb too much on the inside or run wide what they call turn 3. It's quite an easy invalidation there as well. And also the exit of 4. If you go out too wide and threaten a second wheel off the track, you seem to be invalidated straight away as well.
Yeah, the game still feels quite inconsistent with track limits. It's my feeling, at least. But
I think if you compare it to actual Formula 1, the inconsistency is ridiculous because most of the Formula 1 cars are allowed to drive into a different postcode.
Yeah.
Okay. So our first driver that is going to complete a lap, I believe, is going to be Dovey. So you're one to look out for here, Ben. Comes out in the final corner across the line on a first run of a 26.0. So a great first run on the softs. And he's committed himself now to qualifying on the softs. He'll hopefully have 3 sets remaining. Maybe he's gone completely soft on the tyres. Pelderargus crosses the line with a 26.8. No. So our first medium time is put in by Pro Mayhem in the Racing Point with a 27.7. But it looks like Dovey's...
showing the big difference. That's showing the big difference between the mediums and softs. It's at least a second, I think.
Well, it looks like Dovey's got quite the jump on the rest of the field at the moment. As we watch Thomas, who drove with us last season, he now comes down to the end of Sector 2. Or up, as he's going up the hill through turn 12. Takes a nice wide line there, doesn't go near the curb. We all know what can happen on that auto spin curb. Oh, just about keeps it within the track limits on the exit of 13. And comes down to the final corner. Bit of curb on the outside. Doesn't touch the curb on the inside. Looks like a clean run to the line. And he clocks in a 27.5 on the mediums. So fastest medium runner at the moment. And we've got Norwich fan who is on a lap, but he's invalidated. Gogs, who is renowned for staying in the pits either right until the very end or not coming out at all and just starting from the back. And we've got Just Mikey.
Works more often than I would have thought.
It works surprisingly well, yeah.
I think it took a couple of podiums last season. His teammate Just Mikey's on a solid run.
Yeah, we're just on
P2
with him now.
26.
Man to watch, yeah.
Yeah, so someone actually
Dovey and Bowers
splitting the gap there. So it's 3 tenths almost back to second, and then another 3 tenths back to third. So as we watch Mikey come across the line with a 27.0, so he'll be looking to improve on his next couple of runs.
I think there's still plenty of time for the track to rubber in as well.
Got Norwich fan going for a second lap on his softs.
Yep. Hopefully he doesn't get a puncher before the end of the lap, because the way the softs are around here, anything is possible. So quite nice to have sort of 3 of us looking over action on the track.
I've never done comms with Felix before.
I've never done comms with 2 other people before.
It's a lot of ticking boxes today.
Technically you could say I have when I've done comms with Sven, because he's got multiple names. So
yeah.
Possibly there as Norwich fan comes down the back straight. Do you call it a back straight? There's a lot of straights.
I'd call that one the back straight.
Yeah, comes into the final corner. Little bit of curb on the inside, but not too much to upset the car. Takes a run to the line. And he goes over with a 127.3. And that could be 28.3.
Just a quick message from the chat. A lot of cheering going on for someone called Ringo, which apparently is Rizanovsky.
Rizanovsky, yeah. Well, if I've never seen a picture of Ringo in a leopard print shirt and a black pork pie hat, so...
That can only harness respect.
Well, I think it opens the door for him to release a video of a certain Romsey dancing, and then obviously whatever Pelderagus is up to as well.
I think they should have some kind of three-way bet.
I heard Peldy's going to win the Finnish Oscars.
We catch Norwich fan, lose it through the hairpin. Way too much curb on the inside. Reverses somewhat viciously back onto the track, but he's off again.
Let's hope he doesn't have to start
He's in
both
space.
tires.
Okay, so
he's Dovey, it's fine.
Dovey, our current provisional pole sitter, is on an out lap. And he's coming down to the final corner now, so we'll jump on board. And when I jump on board, it gives my camera angle that I race with.
So everybody will be synced.
Everybody can see how ridiculous your camera angle is.
Yeah.
It's not ridiculous.
It's terrible, Jimbo.
It made your car look really big when I hit it earlier.
Explain why you can't see anyone coming up your inside.
Well, no, I can. That's not the problem.
It's just
The problem is with this view, if you're driving a Ferrari and the indicators are red and your car is red,
Alpha.
then
It's the Alpha red halo as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened with Vettel and Leclerc.
But Jimbo, I thought you were driving a McLaren.
At Styria.
No. I'm saying that if I were to drive a Ferrari or an Alpha, then this view could become a problem.
Oh, okay.
So as we come on board with Dovey through turn 11, the long left uphill, easy to spin the car up through there, and obviously going into 12, easy to touch that curb on the inside and reverse the car around into 13. Yeah, not the best of laps it seems here. It's looked clean, but comes into the final corner. Does he take quite a bit of curb? All Pro Mayhem just takes pole. Is Dovey going to get that back? If he's held that half a tenth, he's going to be close.
125.
Oh,
he's quickest.
He's quickest, but only just. And
26.018.
Everyone doing what they can to stop me from getting it right with a 25. I don't think we can get much closer to the high 25s.
We have a message from the pits. Gogs has left it. He's out.
Yeah, Anton! Anton's well off the track behind Gogs. Gogs on mediums, but on a lap, so didn't have to yield. And Anton just lost it in the air, I think, through 11 and 12.
So we'll jump on board with Gogs into the final corner. He's gone for the medium tyres.
The only one, I think, at the moment.
And he's...
Yes.
Give me that.
A 128.3. So we're still waiting for JW and Daddy to put in a lap. Should we call him Absy? Should we just call him Absy?
I'd call him Absy.
Yeah, I think it works better because there's so many lines that could go terribly wrong.
Yep.
With a username like that.
JW trying his hand on the softs now.
Okay, so he's just started his lap. Comes through turns 2 and 3. Looks to keep it pretty clean through there. Comes into probably the hardest part of the circuit, really, when you can, well, not just lose a bit of time, but lose the entire car as well. Ooh, takes a bit of curb. Oh, spins the car up a little bit. That will have cost him a tenth. And compromises his turn in there. And he comes down into the hairpin. Another difficult one to break down and get the turn in an apex for. But does a tidy job of it. Doesn't spin the car up on the way out, so looking good. We've only got 5 minutes left. This has gone really quick.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just riding on board with Uspo. He was almost three tenths up, but he got on the curve on the exit of 12 and validated, I'm afraid.
Oh, JW really nice through 13. A bit of curb on the inside and runs it out wide. Powers down the straight into the final corner. comes across the line with a 27.0, so just puts himself in front of Goggs, who was on the mediums, and Norwich Fan as well. We've got Norwich Fan on the lap. He's almost 3 tenths up in the first sector. Needing a big improvement if he's going to jump in front of JW, who's currently 1.3 seconds up on him. Comes into turn 13. He's 6 tenths up, so he's pulling it in, and a better lap from Norwich Fan. So it would seem that Rizanovsky's mother was a huge Beatles fan from the chat and named him after Ringo. Norwich Fan crosses the line with a 27.7. Who have we got on a lap at the moment? Thomas looks like he's on an in lap. We've got Pro
Thomas
Mayhem on another out lap.
I think JW's coming in. It's whoever's going to come across the
I think
line.
we've got everyone pretty much in the pits or on an out lap now. These will be the final runs.
Yeah, Anton just starting his lap now. I think now the only one. Right.
Gets a decent run through 2 and 3. Not used to seeing a Ferrari look so quick.
Mood.
He's up
A 10th up through the first sector, but it looks like he got it a little bit wrong through the S's there. Now down into the hairpin, the point where you can make or break your lap. Looks like his line is good. Nice, no curb at all, but seems the curb on the exit slows you down a little bit, as does the curb on the inside. Three tenths up through the second sector. Oh, just keeps it within the track limits. Now down to the final corner. Can he get under a 126.5? He does, with a 126.4. So we'll jump back to Pro Mayhem, who's just started his lap, coming up to turn 4. Now guys, if you can keep a lookout for the other people on their laps. Oh, a lot of curb on the inside there.
Bowers a 10th up in the first sector. Rizanovsky is just coming through turn 4.
Oh, Pro Mayhem getting it a little bit sideways out of the hairpin.
Absy sticking with the mediums. Rizanovsky a 10th down.
Öztbo has just come out of the pits. I'm not sure what he's.
No, he's not going to be getting his lap in.
No.
So that is a possible bug.
Pro Mayhem comes across the line and bails out on the lap. He wasn't going to improve.
Maybe
Bowers
saving
coming over the line. Goes P5. 26.349.
It's tight though, just a few hundredths off a third. Slots in front of his teammate.
So we watch Pelderargus coming down to the final corner now.
Get off the curb, Pelder.
Rides a bit of curb on the exit. But a great lap. Puts himself in P4 with a... Wow, look at this. This is where we can sit here quite smugly and say that we got the tier placements pretty much right.
You've got 9 thousandths between pole and second. You've got 4 then separated by a few hundredths. It's incredibly tight.
Thomas on a lap, and he's up by 2 hundredths in the first sector.
Uspo has just started a lap, even though the time has passed.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, the glitch of the game seems to allow you to complete a lap. We'll stick on with Thomas at the moment as he comes up to the end of Sector 2. Has he improved his delta at all? He's lost a little bit, just over 100th up. Looks like he got through 13 quite nicely.
That's a good line.
And we've got Triby in the chat, our F1 driver. Hello Triby, how's it going? Thomas comes out in the final corner, runs a bit of curb. Does he improve? He does. He takes 2 tenths in the final sector.
26-1. Spurs down in the
And
first
Dovey
sector.
goes even faster with a 26 flat on the money. We've got Liam on as well. Evening Liam, another one of our, well, I would say F1 driver, but stepped up last minute and proven pace with what he did in the tier assessments.
Uspo half a second up on his lap.
So we'll jump to
Not
us
sure
as he
it'll
comes down to the
count,
final
but-
corner. Yeah, if it counts. Obviously, there's not really much we can do from this point.
I have definitely seen incidents where the streamers are behind on the time and the
Oh!
guys have actually go, there he goes.
And jumps into P1 with a 25.8. So we got someone in the 25s.
And just Mikey
Yes,
and
Liam was
Marchvan.
P3 in both races, and stuff happened. You know what happened?
I know exactly what happened to him last
Well, yeah,
night.
he ruined my strategy after the first safety car. That's what happened. But such as it is.
Mikey pulling into the pits.
Looks
Large
like
fan.
this is
Looks like
it.
that is the grid.
Yeah, so we'll just let qualifying sort itself out. Or the session, should I say.
Be back tomorrow morning then.
Well, yeah.
That
And,
sun come up in Bahrain.
We'll apologise from the off that when the race starts, it will probably say we're on lap 2 or 3. The bottom half of the grid will go in front of the top half of the grid on the graphics, and eventually it will sort itself out by about lap 2 or 3 of the actual race.
Oh, we have Daniel Ricciardo has joined us on the timing sheets.
Excellent.
A solid P15 for him, though you'd have been looking to build on P4 at Spa.
It's all about building.
Yeah. So all of the top 10 will have to start on the softs. Free choice for the rest of the grid. Would you start on softs if you had free choice?
No.
Okay.
No, I started on hards last night, and yeah, it was working, then it wasn't working, and then it worked again, and then I lost a bit in my wing, and that didn't work. So as we'll run through now the qualifying position. So we've got, how was it pronounced? Ostbo.
I'd go Ursper.
Usper. He takes pole position. We sound like we're ill. Dovey comes in second, just over a tenth off for Pro Mayhem in third. You've then got Thomas, who snuck into fourth there right at the end with a 26.1. Pelderagos will be pleased with fifth. We've got Bowers in sixth, Anton seventh, Adam Geck eighth, and we've then got JW ninth, Rizanovsky 10th. And the screen has disappeared, but I've got
Mikey
the screen in
11th,
front of
Norwich
me.
fan 12th, Absy 13th, and Gogs did set a lap, but still at the back.
But still starts from his favoured position.
Big shout out to our Norwegian listeners and viewers.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat going on that I don't know what they're saying. I think it's coming to a point with our league where we've got such a multicultural league that we're going to have to just start learning different languages. Or we
I
need
just
to
tried
put
to
in.
say someone's name, and apparently I was ill.
No, I said we sound like we're ill. Saying it. Me and Felix
Oh,
is.
you can call him on. You can call him Andre.
Well, that works.
I can also teach you how to pronounce it because I know how it's pronounced.
All right, weird flex, but okay.
It's basically the same language.
Basically the same language. If I turned around and said you're basically the same as a Norwegian person, how offended would you be?
Very.
Yeah, exactly. See?
I guess we've got to find something to chat about in the time between the formation lap and the end of quali.
No, definitely.
Ooh, I like the predicted pit stop strategy.
You would, Ted.
Yeah.
So,
let's just have a look.
at the moment, I am stuck in the onboard camera angle. Oh, there we go. It's allowed me to change. And the pit stop strategy has just come up. So, as the guys come around
There it
on
is.
their formation lap and warm the tyres up. A new feature on F1 2020 is that you can increase your tyre wear massively on the warm-up lap, should you so choose to partake.
Oh, can you? I should stop doing burnouts then.
Yeah.
I'm sure I did about 4 or 5% on the softs in one.
I thought it
formation
reset
lap.
when it kind of reloaded before the start.
I've never checked. I didn't check again at the start, but
I definitely prefer it this way.
the first time I saw it, I assumed you could then get damage on the formation lap as well, which I think they should introduce.
Well, people, yeah, I've seen instances of wings going flying, and
Yeah. I think also if you spin and lose all the positions, you should start at the back.
Yeah.
We have a lot of great ideas, Codemasters. Please invite us to the next beta test.
Isn't it the beta version of the game that works better than anything else?
This must be the beta version, or no?
This is yeah, you'd assume so. We're all beta testers. We've just paid £60 for the privilege.
Traby says better than you having a 100% wear at the start of the race.
Yeah, that wonderful 5-lapper at Canada, where I looked at my tyres on the grid and thought they looked blistered already, and then just went right off the starting line. Yeah.
The glitch has been present for about 3 years now.
Yeah, I only really got back into playing F1 just at the end of F1 18, and then obviously got F1 19, and after about 4 or 5 months got introduced to to you lot. And look at us now. So as the cars take their place on the grid, you can see the 2-stop strategy just there. The soft medium against the soft medium. If you're 2-stopping, I would favour the soft medium unless there is an array of safety cars. So the lights come on. 5 lights. And we are go... No? Oh, this game. And we are go. Yep, so the lights have gone out. A big hold there from the lights. We head down to turn 1. Hopefully a little less carnage than last night. Aspo gets in there clean, followed by Dovey. There's people running off and wide. I can hear contact, but I can't see any body parts flying. It looks like everyone's through, damage free. This is again where
Gogs has had a stonking start.
Yeah.
Gogs has gone up 7 positions.
They're the only drivers to make up spots.
Ooh, almost a little bit of contact there through the SSO. So it all gets a little bit feisty between Bowers and JW. Just Mikey looking to take advantage of that on the inside. But yeah, Gogs has gone on the mediums from, well, last to 7th. He's taken half the grid in half a lap. Imagine if he qualified, like, properly.
He would have been P1 by now.
Yeah.
To be honest, he's on for a 1-stop.
Oh.
He's on if there's a safety car. But...
Yeah, he's put himself in quite a good position here.
So we watch Usbo as he comes over the line. He's almost a second ahead. Also, Pro Mayhem has dropped out of the session. So with the same glitch as last night, because Pro Mayhem is currently our fastest lap with 25 seconds.
That's impressive.
Pro Mayhem doing Bahrain short, while everyone else is still in the full track. Pelderagus looks like he's trying to make a move here on the racing point of Pro Mayhem as he's lagged out, so his AI will take over and be going much slower. But we don't have ghosting on here, so you still have to avoid that car at all costs. So Urspo's got the gap over a second now, so just outside of the DRS. We've got Thomas in third, Pelderagus up to fourth. Oh, we've got Langfell on the chat. Long time no see. Hope you're good, buddy.
He's rooting on Urspo. The Norwegians stick together.
As to the finish.
Not so much the Swedes.
Unfortunately, Pro Mayhem dropping back through the field. Gog's now up to 6th, so that's a gain of 8 places. And currently looking good on their mediums. The Ferraris battling each other.
Yeah, it's a bit spaced out at the front.
Yeah, I think the real loser for from the starts here has got to be Rizanovsky, really. He's back in 11th. He's just got back into 10th. As the Haas's team up on the Alfa Romeo. Now they both going to go as Pro Mayhem gets himself back into the lobby. Oh, this is tight going down into turn 1. Oh, a massive amount of curb there from Abzi. Allows JW to get the move done and get away. I'm sure he would have got a warning for that. And it looks like Dovey's starting to reel in Urspo as he's got him down. Oh no, it was down to 0.7. No.
This is where you got to just stay within the DRS.
Yeah, if you can
Urspo
stay
would have
within the
been looking
DRS
for
here, it will make a massive difference. You can save your overtake, possibly save your fuel, save your tyres. Unfortunately, the timings have gone between all of the drivers again at the moment.
Oh, it wasn't just me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing on Interville or leader at the moment. Oh, we've got a yellow.
We've got JW around.
Shadow.
Oh, and he's lost it.
He's reset to track.
That looked like a reset to track to me.
Yep.
Back running. Doesn't seem to have any damage.
No, I think it was just
Decides
a
to box.
spin.
There's plenty of
really.
runoff there.
Oh, we've got an Alfa Romeo into the pits. Rizanovsky's come in. Did he pick up damage from the spin from JW? As he would have been close behind him.
Looks like they're preparing a front
I think
wing.
they've got a wing ready.
Nope, tyres. And he's away.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Mediums.
So he's made the change. No, he has no damage. Both end plates intact. Oh, Norwich fan is missing an end plate though. So he's going to struggle massively.
Oh, we
with
got our
that.
timings back though. Which is...
The Ferrari's still locked in a little bit of a battle as well.
We would be also getting close or even already at the crossover point where the mediums will be quicker than the softs.
Yeah, and if Goggs can hold himself in P6, he's only 0.6 from the car in front, so he's in that DRS train that he needs to be in. Oh! As Pelderagus gets it all wrong. Going through 12 and 13.
He's found one of the few gravel traps on the track.
Is that the soft tyres crying enough? Does he pit a lap after his teammate?
Gex going for the pits.
Looks like they all are.
No.
Probably does.
Peldy comes into the pits. Goggs battling with Bowers in the Ferrari here. Bowers
Ferrari
on the
lands on the pits
softs.
as well.
And Bowers gets the move done nice and clean as well. Great driving there. I think Goggs knows he doesn't want to get himself into a battle and cost himself time.
Ooh, he broke a bit late there, but he finds the wide road.
And his teammate just up behind him in 7th as well. So looking good for the Red Bulls. Split strategy, so there'll be no issues with them crossing over in the pits.
Seeing whether Gog's 1 or 2 stops.
Oh no! And
big...
just Mikey, and Daddy's out as well. What has happened? Daddy's lost it big time.
It's a...
Coming down into the round. There's a yellow flag, but he's way off the track, so I don't think we're going to see a safety car for it.
No, Peldy's coming through now.
Nope, the car's gone. We're back.
flag.
Green flags.
Was that identical to mine and Liam last night?
No, it was
Separate
the
incidents, but-
it was the right-left before the downhill into the hairpin.
Yeah, I know.
He's taken too much curb on the outside, I think, and just lost it. So, Usper and Dovey battling now. Dovey takes the lead
That was into the lead.
and takes a very wide line through
Into
turn
turn
one.
one.
Oh, and a little bit of contact. Oh, as he picks up a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner.
I think Ursper left him enough room on the outside there.
Yeah, I mean,
Shouldn't be turning back in like that.
he had a very strange line through turn one, so as this battle is going on and on, as Daddy leaves the session after retiring the car in this sector that we're just coming through now.
Meanwhile, the battle for fourth, Adam Geck and Bowers having a ding-dong.
Yeah, not far behind them is Gogs on the mediums, but the person who is
Watching, eating popcorn.
enjoying this the most is going to be Thomas. He's in P3, he's within the DRS, whilst the two in front of him battle away. Oh, we've got a yellow in sector 2. JW.
It's very brief, and the cars kept moving, so I think it was just lost it a little.
Another glitch,
Nothing major.
maybe.
We've missed Anton come into the pits, and well, Mikey we knew had to.
Yeah, so if we watch now, Ospo stays out, but Dovey dives into the pits. So does Thomas. Thomas clean at the moment. I've not seen a 3-second penalty flash up for him. Ospo stays at another
Geck
lap.
comes out.
Oh, Adam's going to get held up here. Both Mercedes in. Thing is, I think Adams...
How is he? You would have seen, it would have said that your teammate is in the pits and he had more than enough time to react and stay out another lap. Oh, as JW picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Norwich fan has his teammate coming up behind him on fresh medium tyres. Norwich fan with a damaged wing, so will he move over and allow his teammate to get back in front and battle for the lead? It looks like he's holding him up a little bit through here. Oh, no, he goes wide and he lets him through. Good teamwork there from the Williams. Dovey's outlap is imperative to him jumping Uspo, but
We'll see what Uspo decides to do, if he's going to pit or not.
I would imagine every time Gog sees a yellow flag, his heart is in his mouth, hoping that a safety car doesn't come out. Looks like Uspo got it horribly wrong out of the final corner. Comes
He's
down
in.
into the pits, slows down just enough. So let's go back to Dovey.
Pit
Just
window
onto the back
open.
straight now. Bowers in as
Bowers
well.
seems
Esper onto the hards. Oh, that's a big call.
Yeah, that's... Well, if he can make it work, who knows? He may have a setup that allows him to... he comes out of the pits. Does he get out in
One-stop
front of
strategy
Dovey?
is possible.
He doesn't. No, Dovey jumps him. However, Dovey will be quicker now on the medium tyres, but he's going to have to stop again, and he's got a 3-second penalty to deal with.
Yeah. Key
Norwich-
first is not to push
Norwich
too
fan
hard. He's got to make his
continuing
tyre
on them
fast.
soft tyres. 7 laps in. With a broken wing as well, I'd be... I mean, if he's one stopping and he's going to put a new wing on, then maybe that's where his mind's gone to with the strategy, but 7-8 laps on them soft tyres, they're not going to be in any fit state. Pelderagus has got Bowers for company, and another Ferrari event on just behind.
If you've ever watched YouTube videos and thought who'd be the king of last to first, Goggs has managed it in 8 laps.
Yeah, he is in a nice 11.5-second lead over Dovey.
I think he's got to be thinking about one stop now.
Thomas Thomas is now coming up on the back of Usber as well on the medium tyres, which will be somewhat faster. Bowers looks like he's got a move done on Pelder-Argus, but I think Pelder-Argus might have the DRS coming down the straight. He does.
Yeah, so
looks like Pelder-Argus is going to go straight back past.
Last corner is an odd place to go for the move.
Yeah, it's not one that I would be looking to make the move into, as Pelder-Argus does go back in front, and things get a little bit close into turn 1 between the two.
But now Bowers is going to get the DRS on this run, but it's not harder. He's not close enough.
No, I was going to say Peldy's got that one covered off. Norwich fan stays out another lap. And looking at the delta, when he does pit with a new wing, he is going to drop to the very back of the field. And you can see his tyres have had enough because of the closing speeds of the other cars. As he gets it.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, this is going to.
Oh, that could have ended in tears.
Yeah, Pelder-Argus making a great move there. Real daring to go round the outside of the hairpin. Bowers gets past, and we've got Adam Gett coming up on the rear of him as well. You can see from on board with Norwich fan how much he's struggling on them soft tyres now.
Yeah, I don't want to be into this corner.
Nope, a little let off just through there. So Goggs' lead has come down by 2 seconds. So Dovey is on a charge, but Ospo is only 1.4 seconds behind after a couple of laps. On the mediums, you'd be hoping to be a little bit further ahead, especially when you've got another stop and a 3-second penalty to deal with. Thomas not really eating into the gap between him and Uspo either. So guys, 10 laps gone, 19 to go. Who are we thinking's got the win? Who's going to take that top step? As a prediction right now?
Goggs.
Dovey.
Really? With another stop and the 3-second penalty?
Well, got nothing to lose, and if it comes off, it looks really good at me. So yeah, let's stick with it.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna have to go with Goggs as well. If he can, I mean, he's got 10 seconds over Uspo at the moment.
I just think we saw last night 2 safety cars and 2 virtuals, or 1. At least, I think it was 2.
Langfell asking if safety car is on with the inconsistencies that we see on this game. It is on. It is on. The settings that we used for this lobby were the same as the ones last night, where we had 2. So definitely on. Surprised that we didn't see a VSC at least for Absi's car.
I'm not overly sure what the logic is though to determine when it's a VSC, when it's an SC in this. Oh, I'll tell you what I have seen. Goggs. Thanks for that. Goggs' fuel indicator is popping up, so he is already with no excess fuel.
Okay. Well, he's got a light, quick car underneath him. However, the gap has come down 4 seconds since the pit stop of Dovey. But Dovey is going to have to pit again, as is Goggs. So Dovey really needs to reel Goggs in before the pit stop. I would say Goggs is probably going to do another 2-3 laps on their mediums.
Yeah.
Dovey seems to be getting the hammer down now because he's pulled the gap out to Uspo to 3 seconds, and Thomas is all over the back.
Got to clear Uspo as soon as possible. Yeah,
this is where Uspo could potentially lose the race, because if he gets caught up in a battle with Thomas, he would be better to just let him go, sit in the DRS.
Nice move from Adam there on Peldy at the end of the middle straight. Up into 6th place.
So Norwich fan has finally pitted for the hard tyres, comes out and finds himself... Gogs is in already.
11 laps that was, so 18 on the hards.
Yep. As we've got
watch out for
Thomas trying to go around the outside. That's not going to work. Into 2. Looks like Ospo's got some great straight line speed. Thomas in the DRS there, not really making much of a headway into the gap. So Dovey takes the race lead.
Cogs has come out in 8th place,
but the 5 cars in front of him will have to stop again.
Yeah, he just. I think they'll hold him up overly because I still don't think it's late enough where you can be certain those hards will be optimal all the way to the end.
Very close to Ospo through there.
Gogs is currently 17.5 seconds behind Dovey.
And is that with the 3-second penalty?
No. So he
okay,
would be
so
14 seconds.
Yeah. So he's in a good place.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get held up by the guys in front. Which should be pitting sooner rather than later.
Ospo goes defensive against Thomas as Thomas goes for a big move around the outside. And Ospo looks like he let him take that. Ospo knowing that he doesn't need to get in a battle right now.
Not much of a fight.
No. He gets the DRS open, and now if he sits in this DRS to Thomas, I think this is where the race could be won or lost between him and Gogs.
I'm getting a scouting report into Usper from Biango in the chat. Usper better at chasing than leading. So a perfect position for him. Some in-depth scouting there on our drivers.
Oh, it's good. Keep the information coming.
Okay. No, we've got nothing else at the minute.
No. Just while the race seems to have settled down for a moment, what do we think about the real Formula 1 doing the outer track here? Haven't seen the track layout.
It'll be like
hell for Ferrari.
Yeah, it will be.
I think people are predicting a 58-second lap. Are they?
That's race pace as well.
Yeah.
They're thinking 55 for pole.
So
it's an 87 lap race.
Adam in 5th at the moment, doing absolutely everything to try and break the toe of Pelderargas by driving more miles than anyone else.
Is he in the pits?
No, not too sure what that line is, but he needs to be careful there because the game alone will give him a warning if it thinks he's coming into the pits and then just crosses over the line.
I think it's Zandvoort where it's very odd.
Oh, Zandvoort's awful. Just going into the pits and all of a sudden get a warning for corner cutting. So, as Bian said in the chat, Osprey better at chasing. He's just dropped outside that 1 second.
Well, this is the thing. He's not overly in a. I don't think he's overly in a chase mentality. It's more just sort of stick with it.
No,
trundling along.
Typically, from my onboard view that I use, you can't see how much overtake anyone has left. So,
have you got telemetry on?
No, I leave the telemetry off.
Ah, okay.
And just on that, I've pressed the button and turned absolutely everything off.
You can't see the steering wheels?
No. So I've turned the telemetry on just so we can see, and Ospo's he is actually down to 20% ERS. So he is using it to keep in touch with Thomas. And I would say probably another 2-3 laps, and then them hards are going to start to even out against the mediums.
His fuel indicator's also popping up.
Yeah, I see that.
I think. How much excess fuel do you like to run around here?
Me, normally about 1.5 laps at
But
most.
then you pace that out over the race the way it
Yeah,
drops
and
down.
it's, you know, if you're close behind someone through a tight section, drop it down to lean. When your tyres start to go off coming out of the hairpins, just as you enter the hairpins, drop it down to lean, and then switch it back up in at about 3rd, 4th gear. I think it's much like what we saw with the last sector of Spain. If you go down to when it was F1 2019, if you go down to lean and none, when the tyres start to wear off a little bit, you can actually gain time. One thing I have... Oh, Dovey! I just picked up a Dovey and he was running way off the track on the outside of 12, and it looks like he's sliding all over the place. The gap down to 3.6 seconds between him and Thomas. Gogs currently in 8th, and he's got Pro Mayhem, who we've completely forgot about after he lagged out of the session. He's got him all over the back, and it looks like he's going to try and make a move into the final corner. Oh, takes a lot of curb on the inside. The issue he's got is that Gogs is in the DRS train, and it's making it really difficult for him to overtake.
Dovey lost 6 tenths to Thomas on that last lap. I think
So
pretty much all
Gogs
on the sort of end of the second sector.
Oh,
we have contact.
A bit of wing goes missing from Anton.
You gonna get Peldy around the outside?
We're on board with Gogs, so we've got prime view of this. Anton tries to go around the outside. Gogs cuts to the inside. Oh, spins the car up a little bit.
Gogs
What does
can't
that
get the
mean for
traction.
Pro Mayhem?
Pro Mayhem's having a look.
Oh no, Peldy's
Peldy's lost it.
And Gogs has hit him.
Gogs into him.
And that could be the race. That is the race.
Gogs with an M plate missing now.
And Peldy lets his
Peldy's-
teammate come past.
Yeah.
He's going to be putting out some Scottish
I don't
profanity
think
at this moment.
Peldy has... No, Peldy's got no damage.
That was purely tactical, possibly.
Gog's missing the left side end plate of his car. Using overtake all the way up through turn 12. So let's say... So now his only option really is to pit for mediums and put a new front wing on. So we go back to the front.
Yeah, we got Thomas and Östbo sort of reeling Dovey in a bit.
It's still 3.5 seconds, but the big thing is Thomas not shaking Östbo at all. Maybe this could...
So Gogs has
both
gone
Alphas
into
in.
the pits. Rizanovsky and Pelderagas into the pits. How have they not communicated that between them? As we see the double stack and what it costs.
See any front wing
Gogs has
damage
gone
to
onto the
Alpha?
soft tyre.
Yeah, that's not going to...
Go for the fastest lap and sort of maybe try and salvage something. It's P11, which should explain his points position tonight. Points all the way down to 12th.
As Felix mentioned earlier, that gap creeping down from Thomas to Dovey. And Langfell in the chat saying that you lose at least 8 seconds on the double stack, which, yeah, I would say is pretty much right, because I think we've always said if you're going to double stack, make sure you're at least 8 seconds behind your teammate as they go in. Thomas using all of his ERS that he had left down the straight there just to try and stay ahead of Östbo. And the gap down to just crept into 2.9 then to Dovey as well. So Dovey looks like he's struggling. That setup on worn medium tyres not giving him much in terms of race pace.
We've got Anton and Adam in. for second medium stint. And that should be then good to the end. Coming out in Adam's 7th. Anton, I think an easy 8th ahead of J. Oh no, JW's gone through. Anton into 9th.
He's got Rizanovsky for company.
We've got another shout out for Usper.
Yeah, there's a few here, and that gap down to 2.8 with Urspo only 7/10 off of Thomas, meaning he's just 3.5 seconds behind Dovey. And yeah, I have to agree with the people in the chat. With the way the race has gone, he does only need to stop once. He'll be able to go to the end. Another
Thomas
10
goes
laps.
to the pits.
Thomas in.
Looks
What
like the
tyres
mediums
is
is
he
going
putting on?
on.
He's going to the mediums.
Slick stop from the Merc boys.
Yeah, Pro Mayhem comes into the pits as well. Just the 9 laps on the medium tyres.
I'm glad that glitch does appear to be fixed. That we can effectively commentate on what tyres drivers are on and the condition of them. Mikey goes through after 12 laps on his mediums. That sort of reeks to me of someone wanting to hang on for a soft run at the end.
Yeah, I think if I was
That's what
out
I
on the
feel
mediums
W's gonna
now,
do.
yeah, if I was out on the mediums now, I'd be saying to myself, look, push one more lap, and then put the soft tyres on.
How much those softs are only going to be
I think
advantageous
for-
over the mediums for a couple of laps.
I think for the softs at the end of the race, they don't seem to wear off as much as I experienced last night. Even with a damaged wing on soft tyres, I was able to stick with a couple of drivers. So
And the lower fuel, yeah. We've got Gogs on the back of Rizanovsky and Anton.
yeah, so Gogs is going to be lightning at the moment, and as you say, he could take the fastest lap, and if he can hold on to a points finish as well.
Which is looking likely since we only have 13 people.
Oh! Big battle between Gogs and
JW
Rizanovsky.
not giving it up.
Oh, wow.
Or Rizanovsky even, sorry. But Gogs gets it done. Ooh.
Okay, so Dovey holding the gap just over 3 seconds, but I think Thomas
I think
could
it's going to be
possibly jump
difficult for
Dovey.
him with the
I think-
3-second penalty he has.
Yeah, I think Thomas as well could potentially jump him as well if he stays out for another lap.
I think, what do we... Pit delta here, 24?
Yeah, it's quite a long one here.
23, 24.
It's almost the entire straight.
As for the battle between Östbo and Thomas, it's currently 22.7 seconds between them. This is a lot of time to make up in quite a short amount of time.
Yeah, I don't think his medium tyres are going to pull him in that close.
It really is just a question of if Urspa's cards can last.
I think he's going to be okay. So the gap
Bowers
down
is
to
in.
2.8.
As Bowers has come in for a set of softs. Thomas goes through.
I think Thomas has enough to hold
Bowers
on
comes
to a
out in fourth
podium
place.
here.
So Bowers will be lighting up the timing screens.
I think Dovey will be looking at taking the fastest lap along with P2 or P3.
I will just see what the actual fastest lap is.
25 seconds.
That's what I mean by actual. it is currently with Gogs at a 29.5.
Yeah, you've just reminded me there because I did wonder why nothing had lit up in terms of a fastest lap from the softener, and then I realised, yeah, our fastest lap, according to Codemasters, is 25 seconds. It's JW in the pits again, and
He's gone on for a set of softs.
he's not far off
Dovey
being
going
lapped.
for the pits.
Oh, so Dovey in. So where does Dovey come out? Thomas is coming out of 13. This is going to be very close.
Looking like softs. Yes, it is.
So as we watch Thomas come out of the last corner, Dovey is on his way out of the pits, and it looks like he's going to keep the gap.
Gonna be tight.
Oh!
Thomas needed to get that move done,
Make sure he
but
thought some melody. No. Yeah. Even with DRS, just the traction on those fresh softs, Dovey is pretty much away.
and I would say Dovey should easily pull out enough of a gap now. He needs at least 3 seconds. He's
Well, he
only
needs
got
3 seconds because of the time penalty, yeah.
Yeah, he's only got 7.5 laps to go now.
Can he reel us to win?
I'll tell you who the one is to look out for is Bowers. He's only 5 seconds off of Thomas on soft tyres.
Make that 4 even. Below 4.
It's
Closing
closing in all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Ospo 17.5 seconds in front. There's no way that Dovey's going to pull that gap in and then extend it by 3, because by then the soft tyres will be crying enough. Bowers down to just 3 seconds off of Thomas now. Thomas is going to have a bit of a fight on his hand here.
Dovey has pulled 2.5 seconds in an outlap on Thomas.
Oh, JW picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
He would have had 5 for speeding. I think it's only JW and Dovey with 3s.
I think he's taken the 5 already though, because he pitted only a couple of laps ago. Yeah.
I'm just making the point. It's not been a penalty heavy race.
Adam having a battle with Pro Mayhem here.
Just check race director. It is. It's just W and JW. With,
Pro Mayhem getting a lovely run. Now can he get past Adam on the outside into 4? We jump on board and no, looks like. Oh no, they've come together.
Contacts. They're into the gravel.
They've gone into the gravel. Pro Mayhem's rear tyre coming together with. Pro Mayhem's front tyre coming together with Adam's rear, and just sort of locked them into place and sent them both left.
Has Gog's got enough life in the softs to
I
ring
don't
him in?
think he has. I think his problem comes from Anton behind.
Yeah.
So we go back to the front. The gap between Bowers now down another second. He needs to get into that DRS within the next lap, really, because them soft tyres won't be doing it much at the end of the race. But if he can get into the DRS, who knows?
Dovey's done at 28.0.
I was just going to say Bowers has done the fastest lap with a 28.7, but yeah, Dovey with a 28.
Anton picks up a 3-second penalty, so that could save Gogs.
Was that the exit of 13?
Oh, and Adam and Pro Mayhem continue this aggressive battle. Adam now has DRS after Pro Mayhem made the move into the final corner, which again, a very strange place to make it. Oh, that's a bit of a harsh move under braking there from Adam, but Pro Mayhem would have picked up a warning for that there, but Rizanowski picks up 3, although his teammate Peldy is over 5 seconds behind him, so it should be okay. The penalties are coming in thick and fast now as the guys...
As the warnings accumulate.
Yeah, Pro Mayhem going all over the place now. Has he got damage? No, both end plates intact. Dovey down to 11 seconds from Uspo. He was 17 when he came out of the pits.
Thing is, he's got to get him and then get 3 seconds.
Bowers now within DRS of Tomasz.
Bowers has 20% of DRS on board. Thomas has none. Thomas is out of overtake.
Yeah, we see the flashing red lights.
We have another Uspo fan. I think we've got our driver in F2 as the biggest fan base by far.
Well, he's in AlphaTauri, so for now I'm a fan of him. It was just putting the pressure on the Williams earlier. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised you didn't protect one of your teammates for the win.
Well, I was sort of predicting my teammate last night would win, and it didn't go to plan.
Bian saying his entire team is watching. So, well, hello to you all. Thanks for joining the stream.
Bowers is right on the back of Tomasz, now through 12. Surely just a matter of time.
Yep, as long as he doesn't make the move before the final corner, there is no point. No,
just make sure he gets a look at his braking point.
Yeah, it puts Tomasz off into the final corner. That's a very clever move there. Tomasz has no overtake, so as you see, Bowers just stroll past. Tomasz trying to do the move around the outside, but even with them softs at 4 laps, I still think he's not got enough in the mediums. So Bowers now up to P3, a podium possibly for our F1 commentator here. Question is, can he get them softs to hold on?
Well, I just saw Uspo exit the 2 hairpins very gingerly on the hards. Now, just
Keck and Pro Mayhem still going at it.
Oh,
Gogs gets Anton a little squiggly. Gogs is through to 7th.
Well, remember, Anton's got a 3-second penalty as well, so Gogs will be doing everything he can to fight him off.
I wonder if anyone would consider Plan F.
I think the only person here really is Thomas. Thomas
Mayhem, yeah, but
Thomas could, but he's got a possible.
He's got to think he's still on for 3rd.
Yeah.
If he's aware of penalties around him.
Jump back to our race leader.
Do you tend to make sure you're on top of that?
What's that? The
penalties around you.
I try to as much as I can. It's yeah, I mean, I sort of concentrate on my own, and it's just really a case of head down and go.
Good strategy.
Oh, Bowers makes a mistake. And that will give Thomas a bit of hope there.
Just seeing on the replay, by which I mean delayed YouTube feed, just wide through the chicane.
Anton's got past Gogs.
He has back into 7th place, but Anton, of course, needing 3 seconds. Oh, as Gogs lost it under traction.
Yeah, Gogs needs to watch out for a couple of more laps on them softs, because Rizanovsky is really pulling the gap in on the medium tyres now. Big lock up into the hairpin, but makes the apex.
I think I've seen a puncture after 10 laps, maybe. So
back to our leader at the front. Uspo has 6.8 over Dovey, but technically has 9.8 with Dovey's 3-second penalty. Bowers looks like he's got the better of Thomas. 1.5 seconds. I think the issue being is that Thomas has no overtake left. Whilst Bowers has no overtake left either now. So
they're all running quite low on the ERS.
I mean, I'll put my hands up myself. I really struggled to manage it during a long race.
Well, the thing is, there's only 2 laps left, so
I suppose if you want to be running out, now is the time. Dovey down to 4.5. So I suppose taking it very easy on these last couple of laps. Needs to be just a little bit careful. I suppose the fear of a puncher can be there, and his tyres, the front left especially, looking quite blistered.
Do you usually look at your tyre percentage?
Not in the last 2 laps.
Sorry.
Not in the last 2 laps.
if they go, they go. It just...
Yeah, because personally I never look, because I feel like if I know my tyres are more worn, I go slower.
If I spin early on in the race, I'll look at them because I'll want to try and blame the fact that the tyres are worn and it wasn't my fault. But no. So we come on to the last lap. Ospo does have his fuel indicator flashing, so
Red means there's less than 1 lap, so...
yeah, so maybe that's why the gap has been coming down, because Ospo's trying to save fuel. Dovey looking very quick behind him.
I suppose last lap was a 33.8, 2 seconds slower than his previous one.
Okay, so yeah, he's having to take it very easy. I'm not sure if it's a glitch. Oh no, it's not. The top 3 fuel indicators are all flashing. Thomas
yeah, because
isn't.
they've all got less than 1 lap of fuel left.
Yeah.
Because you're on the last lap.
Oh no, I'm just saying as Thomas is fine. Oh no, Thomas has started now as well. Ospo looks like he's got this quite comfortably. 2 seconds plus the 3 for Dovey as he comes to finish sector 2 through turn 13. Keeps it nice and tidy. And it looks like the winner of our first F2 race is going to be the AlphaTauri of Ospo. The Norwegian comes around the final corner, powers away, and takes the checkered flag with a fantastic drive. Gives the car a little wiggle of celebration. Dovey crosses the line in second. Bowers does a fantastic job to come through to P3. Got the strategy quite right there. Thomas will be happy with P4. Looks like Pro Mayhem, after he lagged out, unfortunately, looked like he was going to be very quick, is going to take P5.
Oh, Gogs has run out of fuel.
Oh no!
Is it fuel
And
or
he's
puncture?
off. If it's a puncher, it's one of his rears, but nope, he's out of fuel. The fuel indicator isn't even flashing. He is flat out of fuel.
Solid red. And how far back
So,
is he going to drop?
Unfortunately, with the glitch, it's saying that Pro Mayhem has won the race, but we know that isn't the case. Pro Mayhem came home in 6th place, 5th place, yeah.
Luckily,
the rest
we
of
can
the
just
guys
rewind the stream.
Across the line, Gogs does make it across the line, and JW giving it everything to catch Norwich fan and try and get that last point, but I think JW's got some penalties here, so I've not seen Norwich fans' name flash up for anything untoward, as he's got the run anyway on him out in the final corner, and he picks up the last point in 12th place. And JW rolls it across the line. So that's it. That's Bahrain feature race done. Take a look at the finishing positions, guys, because tomorrow night that entire grid is going to be reversed. So starting from pole will be JW. We'll just take
Daddy,
a look.
Daddy HH.
No.
Oh no, it will. Yes, yeah, due to the retirement early on in the race. Yeah. So unfortunately, the scenes that you're seeing right now aren't correct. Ospo was our race winner. Yes, Langfell, that is another glitch from the Formula One game. Codemasters, you have reeled out the biggest pile of turd that I've ever seen for online league racing. Okay, and another glitch there you can see is that Pro Mayhem was not the winner, and he also did not clock a lap time of 25 seconds. Ben, if you do the fastest lap, I'll just quickly run through the finishing position. So first was Ospo, second Dovey, third was Bowers, Thomas, and then Pro Mayhem slotted into fifth. We then had Adam, Anton, Rizanovsky, Peldy and Mikey taking out the top 10 with Gogs running out of fuel on the last lap. Norwich fan takes the final point with JW just missing out, and Absy, who lost the car through the beginning of the second sector early on in the race, DNFs.
Yeah, I'll tell you the fastest lap was Dovy's 28.0.
It was
clean,
his 28.0, so he gets the lap. Fantastic stuff. So what a race. I think that's a successful start to the F2 season. Some great battles, some hefty contact. Not that us drivers from F1 can say anything, because I think we had a lot more retirements and a lot less clean racing last night. I think we'll put it down to the sheer excitement of everyone wanting to be back league racing, and hopefully that'll settle down over the next couple of races. But that's it from us. Anything that you guys want to add before we shut the stream off for the night?
I got my prediction right.
Yeah,
you got the prediction
I got mine
right.
wrong. So 1-0 for Felix.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit on the fence and say nothing. Guys, everyone that was watching in the chat, thank you for joining and watching the stream. Our first race, we hit a peak of 18 viewers at one point, which is, there's more drivers than we had on the grid. But no, good. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll be back tomorrow night. It'll be myself and Ben. Felix, are you about tomorrow night to join us, or are you preoccupied?
I'm racing in another league tomorrow.
Okay, well, we're not bothered about you then, so just ditch us off for another league. Well, good luck in your race tomorrow night. Hopefully it goes better than the 1 and 2 laps that we've done in F1. Yes, so myself, Ben, are you about tomorrow night, or am I going solo?
I'll be here.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
so there's going to be look how organised they all are. They've left the lobby already. It's just us three. They were in early, in their cars. Knew what car they were in, knew what track they were at. Good. That's how it should be. Brilliant. Well, that will do from us at CSGB Racing. We'll see you tomorrow night. From myself, Felix and Ben, good night and good luck with your racing. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.